On this episode, we're digging into one of the tastiest, most anticipated, and flavor-packed events of the year at Walt Disney World, the EPCOT International Food and Wine Festival. Today's September 4th, 2025. This is episode 803 of the Main Street Magic Podcast.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Main Street Magic. I am your host, Jeremy Stein, and as always, I'm joined by my lovely wife, Rhonda.
Hey guys!
If you want to be part of the community and join the conversation, get the latest theme park news, as well as live streams from the parks and resorts, head to Facebook and search for the Main Street Magic community and ask to join.
Make sure you check us out on the web at mainstmagic.com, as well as follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at mainstmagic, and on TikTok at MSM Podcast.
Planning a trip to Disneyland or Walt Disney World can be overwhelming and at times just downright frustrating. But don't worry, because Mouse Dining removes the frustration of booking Disney dining reservations, alerting you when they spot availability for your desired restaurant, date, meal, and time. Visit msmfriends.com to use this free service.
And don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday.
Are you ready for your bucket list trip? Our trusted partner, MEI Travel, will handle the planning so you can focus on the memories. They offer free vacation planning services and have nearly 20 years of experience creating memorable vacations. Visit mainstmagic.com/travel for a fee-free, no-obligation quote today.
Well, happy fall, y'all.
Sure.
I got me some pumpkin spice latte and cold, and I'm ready to record on this nice Florida hot day.
It is. We're getting
in September.
Yeah, but I feel like when you wake up in the morning, September 1st, I woke up and I walked outside and I got for like a second a hint of cooler weather that could be coming. And the mornings for the first, when I walk the first dog, it's nice and it's cool and it's perfect. By the time I get around to Stitch, I'm sweating. But same thing in the evening.
Same time.
In the evening, like it's cooling down a little bit more. Like you can almost go outside, but we got to get rid of this humidity. So
I went outside last night and had like pants, like pajama pants and long sleeve on. And I was like, oh, wow. I like had to like take a second and go, I'm not dying. Like, this is all right. Here it comes.
I'm ready
slowly.
For it. I am ready for it.
Yeah.
And what better time to have cooler weather than the EPCOT Food and Wine Festival?
Exactly.
Which kicked off this past weekend, and it was brutal.
Yeah,
it was brutally hot.
It was almost nauseating hot.
Yeah, I'll get it out of the way. I don't enjoy this festival in the first couple weeks
at
all. It's just I don't.
It's hard.
It's not fun. It's not enjoyable.
Right.
We go so we can cover and do stuff. Now, when we go in just say October, or maybe the end of this month when weather starts to cool down,
100%.
It gets enjoyable. But
100%.
when you're just outside, Disney. And let me get the negative stuff out of the way. Disney is still providing no shade for anyone to eat anywhere. Right. I still feel like tables are so few and far between. There's still not just enough. The only good spot to truly get food and sit and eat is in the American Pavilion under that covered area right by the bathrooms and in between the booth and the bathrooms, right? And we got to spend some time there when a huge storm blew through. Along with half of EPCOT because there's nowhere else to go.
Right.
I don't know what is happening in the World Showcase Pavilion right now, but they need to reopen it.
Yeah.
If it's not currently being utilized, and maybe it is, I'm not 100% sure. If somebody knows, let me know, please. But reopen that the way they did when they came out of COVID. They used to put a couple booths in there. Like it was basically kind of like a festival favorites.
Right.
So you could take some of these like the Bramblewood Bites and the Milled and Mold and, Forest and Field. Some of these booths that don't exactly have a place technically within World Showcase, so they stick them at the front, put them in there. Right? You've got tons of tables. You put entertainment like you had. They used to have, the pianist Carol Stein that used to play at Rose and Crown came in. No relation that we know of. And
should look into that.
You had bathrooms in there. Like it is such a wonderful
a lot of
space.
bathrooms.
Merch. Remember when they would set up the entire merch shops at the front? Photo opportunities. Like, if you talk about everything we lost at Disney coming out of COVID, this is one thing that I'm like, keep doing it, please.
Right.
So anyway, we did spend two 3 days really solid eating.
Yes, we did.
We tried, I think overall it was 23 total food items between ourselves and John Self, of course, who joined us for all of these items. Mm-hmm. We wanted to have John on, but I'll be honest, this has been such a crazy week for me. I just told Rhonda it should be Tuesday. Because I feel like I lost.
And then I thought it was Thursday, and I'm like, Wednesday.
And then it's Wednesday, and I was like, it's
Thursday.
All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. EPCOT Food and Wine Festival this year. It kicked off last weekend, August 28th, and it is going to run all the way through November 22nd, leading right up to Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And then they'll do the quick turnover International Festival of the Holidays.
Yay, I love that
which will start the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
We'll be there with the girls.
Yay.
So super excited for that.
Yes, me too.
But Rhonda, let's go over first kind of our couple of our standard tips that we recommend when you're going to Disney for, and the festival is the thing that's kind of really on your mind to start. What do you want to look at when planning first?
Well, of course, a great place to stay is always on the books. And we actually stayed where we would suggest. Which one would be Boardwalk Resorts, of course, like Yacht and Beach and the boardwalk. We did not stay there, but the next one would be the Skyliner Resorts. And you've got Riv, you've got Pop, Century, and Art of Animation, and Caribbean Beach. And that's where we stayed this time.
Yeah, I got to say, we knew that Thursday and Friday we were hitting EPCOT all day, right? So that part, Caribbean Beach is a little bit of a no-brainer. But Saturday, Rob and Tina came in, and we were doing the parks with them. We did Hollywood Studios and EPCOT. Mm-hmm. Man, the Skyliner really is so nice when that's
it really is.
It was so nice, And then, Sunday we did Magic Kingdom for a little bit, and we just bust over and back.
Yeah.
But if you're looking at doing the festivals and that is kind of your core purpose, you can't beat these locations. And it's
100%.
nice because you have a variety. You have everything from a value in Pop all the way up to the deluxe in Yacht Beach and Boardwalk and Riv and everything kind of in between. So I love that about this. What other things do you want to look at doing when you're getting ready for your festival trip?
Well, plan multiple days like we did. And then also, which is nice because it does run for a very long time.
Yeah.
So you can come back to multiple days. I would say usually if you can, steer clear of the weekends. Thursday and Friday I felt like was nice for us. Like the lines weren't crazy long.
They were not.
When we did go with Rob and Tina, they were on the longer side.
Yeah.
And that was Saturday.
Yeah.
So
and it was a holiday weekend.
True.
It was interesting this past weekend because Disney decided to start Food and Wine. They decided to host their Destination D23, right? They decided to open Beak and Barrel. Like, there was so much going on this weekend. It was a holiday weekend. But, like you said, Thursday and Friday weren't that nuts. And even Sunday, by the time we got to Magic Kingdom, wasn't crazy. You know? And
there wasn't a party, which was surprising.
Right? Yeah, but we'll talk about that next episode. Speaking of all that and the weather, because we had quite a bit to contend with this past weekend between boiling heat and pouring rain, you just be comfy.
And then check the weather to be prepared.
Yeah. Very.
Because I did carry my rain jacket for a couple of days because I was like, we're probably going to get stuck in something.
Yeah.
So, and then of course I wore my Crocs, just because I didn't wear rain boots or anything, but I do have them. And,
and this comes down to like, even just making sure you're comfortable in the park, as we just said, knowing that if your goal is to hit Food and Wine booths, and it is hot out, you're not going to get any relief from it. Really.
No, but they do have on Amazon. I ran into somebody that actually they have UV umbrellas, and they're apparently not very expensive now because so many companies make them, $25 or so. But excuse me, I'm not going to lie to you. When I got under there with her, it was a world of difference. That's amazing. It was like a 10-degree difference. It was insane. I do want to get one, and like when it is really hot, and just be under it too. Maybe when we're like just standing there and filming or eating or whatever.
We're going back next Wednesday night. I don't think by the time we wake up next Thursday morning at Disney, it's all of a sudden going to be snowing. So chances are it's going to be a little warm outside. maybe still a little humid. Maybe we look at getting one prior to then on Amazon and give it a shot.
Yeah.
And test it out. I mean, I know
It's amazing.
I know we're planning to do a little bit of a kind of staycation and all with Chuck and Amy and folks there at Poly Tower, but we're going to be outside. Maybe we try one out and we can let you all know what it's like.
Yeah.
You do want to plan ahead of time what you would like to try. We got over 30,
Jeremy, thank God, does.
over 30 over 30 festival booths, right?
That's
Global
a lot.
kitchens. It's a ton. Everyone has at least 2 items on their food, at least 2 items on the drink. Some multiple. So you could have half a dozen items at a booth. So you want to plan ahead or you will be overwhelmed. I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah.
And that's fine if you're going and, if you're like us, it's actually okay. You could just go and kind of just mill around and do whatever you want. But if you have a limited time that you're there, you want to take advantage of it. So go ahead, go out to mainstmagic.com. We have the full foodie guide there. You can look at everything at every booth and you can start to make a plan for it.
Nice.
Another thing that helps is just have an idea of how you want to work your way through food and wine.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can get stuck just, maybe you come in, maybe you are staying at Skyliner Resort or a Boardwalk Resort. You come in through International Gateway. To me, it makes most sense to start there in France and then work around a circle.
Correct.
You don't want to get in and be like, man, I really just I want Mexico. And then you go all the way over to Mexico, right? And then after that, you're like, yeah, but now I could go and you're like cutting all the way across the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like make a plan and kind of think about how you're going to work yourself around.
100%.
What else should you do if you're making that plan so that you don't go broke?
Well, set a budget for sure. It's nice because they do have the wristlet gift cards and the good ones are back. Woohoo!
Back. You know who else I saw a post about on Facebook? Bob. Yeah,
yep.
That was so funny.
Because I saw it too, and he
we
called.
were the only people that appreciated something so simple, but he did as well, and I loved that.
And I like how he called it because he called it the scrunchie.
Yeah.
Because as a woman, and all the women know exactly what I'm talking about, they actually have hair ties, I'll call that, for the men out there that know that's what they have hair ties like that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I loved how he called it a scrunchie, but yeah, it's fantastic.
And the clip,
it works.
Back. Everything is back. There's no more now. Still, as we always say, as soon as you get that gift card wristlet, register it on DisneyGiftCard.com in case you lose it. But not once this trip did I have a fear of that thing just falling off my arm. How I have the past several when they went to that other stinky one. Get a passport up front. If you've already came in with a plan, that's great. But I'll be honest, having a plan on your phone, it's not always the easiest to kind of have to pull out every time and scroll through.
Right.
You're not going to most likely print like an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. I don't know. Maybe you will. But just to have that passport in hand, and that's even one where, maybe get there a little bit early before the food booths open. You didn't make a plan at home, maybe necessarily, but you and your group sits down and you grab a pen, you grab a pencil, and you start to work through the passport real quick and say, guys, let's come up with a plan now.
Yeah.
That way you can go through, you can check things off. And then in the end, of course, is going to be the stamps for Emil's from Fromage Montage. It's a mouthful. So you want to make sure that you have that passport. And then we always say, sharing is caring.
Yes, it is.
If you can share, and I can tell you, why we got to do 23 dishes?
Because we shared.
Yeah. Because not only did you and I
Thank
share,
God.
but we shared with John as well.
And I was so proud of us because we will get to, obviously, the food in just a few minutes. I know you're dying for it. But I was very proud of Jeremy. I was very proud of myself. And I was very proud of John. If we did not like something or we were like, it's not that great, we threw it away. I was very proud of us.
Yeah. And I understand, I hate wasting food and stuff like that. But, for us, it would just go, even more would go to waste if we just ate food we didn't care for, which would fill up our stomachs, and we don't get to do as much.
Correct.
And honestly, we've done that in the past.
Correct.
So yeah, but still, it was so nice because when there's 3 of us, if we each at least had 2 bites, most of the time a good portion of the dish was gone.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So we really paced ourselves, and I think it did a good job of trying everything we could. But go with friends, go with family, make friends, whatever, and go ahead and share. It's a good time. Let's talk about the festival merch this year for a little bit.
Oh yeah.
What were your thoughts on the festival merch?
It's real good. I really like it.
Is it possibly the most we've ever gotten?
Probably not.
I mean, we had Remy merch. We had some country merch with some of the stuff like the Donald Taco shirt. We had Muppets Lab merch. We had pass holder merch.
Figment.
There's a ton. Figment. Mm-hmm. It was crazy.
There's a lot of pass holder merch.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with that. I still think I want some stuff. So everything is lug.
We didn't buy nothing.
We didn't. We were trying to, but then
we did try it once.
We were trying to
situation with the register, and we had to get out.
Yeah.
And so we just said, all right, we'll get it next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's fine.
But there's a purple Remy shirt, tank food and wine, that I'm gonna get, and then Jeremy wants the Donald Taco.
I like
super
the pass
cute
holder shirt. There was even a third one, I think, that had Remy and something on it.
Yeah, it was. There's some really good stuff, like good cups and good, just good stuff. And I really, the lug bag. What did we say? $190 was the big. How much?
The big one was $190. I know one of them because I was just going through some
one
of the videos.
One was $90.
Was $129.99, I think, or something like that was the smaller carry one. And then they did have the larger pass holder ones.
I was impressed and surprised.
The pricing was actually pretty good on this. Yeah, and you're getting your
their lug brand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't bought a ton of festival gear. I didn't buy much last year at Food and Wine. One thing that I like this year that I really noticed is, in the past, everything was heavily done with wine and beer, which is understandable. It's Food and Wine Festival. And I own several of that.
Yeah.
I personally, being sober now, don't wear it. I'm probably not going to wear a shirt out now that says, has craft brew stuff all over it, which is one of the ones I got from the past. I even have a hat that has that. So I think it was nice. I think it found a nice common ground between what, the food and the drink of the festival.
Right.
It didn't lean too heavy on either side. And what I also think is nice is, again, like our friend Rachel doesn't drink, has never drank.
Right.
I'm guessing she doesn't want to buy a bunch of merch that has wine and beer on it.
Yeah.
You want to grab something for maybe your kid who's a little bit younger, but, they wear an adult size shirt. Like, I just thought it was nice to have that, and all the stuff just looks great.
Yeah.
It's really, really good. Yeah. Every little bit of merch I saw, none of it did I look at and just be like, that's stupid. I thought it all was really good.
Yeah.
So I appreciated that. Why don't you talk about the 2 scavenger hunts that we have going on? Yep. One of them will end, and then, of course, the other will run length of the festival.
Yes. Both of them are Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak, and then Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit. It's so cute. Remy is the hide and squeak where you find him holding or having something next to him. Mm-hmm. I thought this cute older couple, probably my parents' age, was looking for it, and the guy was like, looks like he's holding a cucumber. And it was just cute.
Were they videoing by chance?
I don't think so. Okay. It was a
wife. I can't remember their name right now. There's an adorable older couple on Instagram that I came across recently. That I look at and I'm like, that's goals. Like, I'll have to show them. It's just, I watch their videos, and I'm so sorry. I'll have to I can't remember what their name is offhand, but they're adorable, and they're at Disney all the time, and they're recording these videos, and I'm just like, I hope that's us in 20, 30 years,
they're super
whatever. Cute. But yeah, it's so fun. We didn't do it this last trip, but we like doing it. What was the prize for this one?
So I guess if you got the pumpkins, Pluto's Pumpkins Pursuit also is, so these are actual pumpkins painted as like different Mickey, Goofy, etc. Yeah. Okay, so we think that the 2 prizes are, well, we know what they are, which is the bento box and then the little cornhole, tiny cornhole. I don't know how you would play with them, but I'm
it's
not
like paper football, I guess.
Yeah,
when you do that, but you do it with cornhole. I guess
they're
flick
cute.
them up in there.
The bento boxes are really,
they are
like.
Would be
gold, but I'm not sure. The only thing I'm not sure about, and I'll ask the next time we're there, is if I buy Remy's Hide and Squeak, can I get the cornhole ones? Like, well, I'll see, because when they're just both there to like
I'm not
choose
sure if one
from.
Is tied to the other.
Correct.
Correct. And our apologies for not asking. It's one of those where all of a sudden you're doing so much and intaking so much information that you sit down and go, we should ask that question.
Yeah. So well, it's it's one of those things. When I went and looked, I'm like, oh, cool. They have them both out and everything, almost like you could pick. Yeah. So, and again, we just didn't buy it. because I would have then immediately. That's nice. They're asking. I am noticing that more often.
Yeah.
That a woman actually next to me was buying, and she was doing, I believe, the Remy's one, and they asked which one she wanted. She got 2, and she did say, yeah, let me go ahead and do it now. And she picked Minnie and Mickey because they're separate. There's 4 bento boxes.
Yeah.
So,
do you, I feel like the cast members did not do this a few years ago, and it's always been the thing. You could always purchase it and immediately get your prize if you wanted, right?
100%.
They tell you every time now. I don't love that. You know what I mean? I wish they wouldn't tell. Like, the lady right next to us bought it, and they said, well, do you want your prize right now?
Yeah.
And she was kind of like, oh. Like, one of them, she's like, oh. Like, I wish they wouldn't just say, hey, go ahead and do the hunt. When you get ready, bring it back. And just let it be.
am torn with that because how many times in the past did we do it? Did we finish it and go?
No. I like that you're allowed to turn it in incomplete. I don't want them to tell you as soon as you buy it, hey, go ahead and just give it to me now and I'll go ahead. You know what I mean?
No, I'm saying we would finish it and we'd go, oh, we need to get our prize.
Oh, and then we would forget.
And we'd forget.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's why I'm torn. I understand where you're coming from.
Maybe they could word it different. Like, hey, if you don't get a chance to finish it, we understand. Still bring it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It just kind of caught me. I'm like, well, that takes a little bit of the fun out of it. Then just have people come up and just buy it. Just sell the bento box then. What's the point?
Because it's still fun. It's the whole having to because they're not at every single place.
Actually, you know what? You can't get your prize unless you finish the dang thing. How about that? That'd make it more fun.
Okay. All right.
Anyway,
moving on.
Weird things that I think of. But again, we say this every time, right? How much do kids love food and wine? Not a lot. Okay. So,
but this is so great for them.
They love this.
They do.
While you're standing in a line to get your food,
100%.
One parent, if your child is younger, obviously you can't just let them run amok throughout World Showcase, but one parent maybe it goes in line to get the food, and then the other parent goes with the kid or kids or whatever, and then they go and search for the Remy or they search for the pumpkin.
Right.
By the time you find it, hopefully the other parent, the other person is just finishing up. They're bringing the food, and now you guys get to sit and eat. Mm-hmm. No kid wants to wait in line. You know what's going to happen? They're going to try and climb on things, and they're going to fall down and bust their knee in front of us. So.
Oh yeah, that poor little girl.
Unfortunately, in Japan, I felt so bad for her. Mm-hmm. So yeah, just this is a great way to entertain the kids, and there are some play areas and all. Like if you go over to Flavors of Fire. That's another one you might want to plan.
That's cute.
Flavors of Fire is right there outside Creation Shop, and it's right next to a playground.
Oh, I was thinking the other one. Because there's 2.
Yeah, but that's one example.
Right.
Don't do that one first.
Yeah.
Right? Do that when hey, listen, 2 hours in, the kids are going to start to get restless. Maybe that's around when we do Flavors of Fire. So again, one parent gets food, other watches kids play, then we all meet and we eat. Right. So just something to think about.
Yep.
Emil's fromage montage. What is that, Rhonda?
Well, I'm like, this is hard too. It's a cheesy scavenger activity, basically, where
so cheesy.
You buy a cheese dish from a booth, and if you get 5 of them, you can redeem it for a special treat from Shimmering Sips, which A, we didn't finish. B,
it's always a Dole Whip cup thingy that's delicious.
We actually didn't even get one stamp. This is the one that really is hard for me because I wish, and I know it's probably hard, but I wish the cast members would be more I need to stamp your book.
Yeah.
Do you have your book or something? Yeah. Because I bought the pumpkin ravioli.
Right. And it was on the front. Yeah. So you have to remember yourself. Sometimes they will ask.
I know.
And it's hard because I can pretty much guarantee these cast members are rotating so much through these booths. So one day they're at one that has an Emil's fromage montage. The other day they're not. But, maybe if there was a little bit more talking about, the way that they say, hey, do you want your prize right now for your scavenger hunt?
Yeah.
Just making sure you get that cheese. So again, don't leave it up to the cast member to ask you if you need the stamp.
Right.
Just know which ones are under Emil's fromage montage and go ahead and ask for it.
But it's also hard for you to remember too.
It is.
Because I forgot.
But it's another great reason. Just save your receipts.
Yeah.
Because if you get a little bit way down the line and you go, oh shoot, I forgot it. Just just go back. They'll stamp it for you.
Yeah.
You don't have to get, there's, I think, 7 or 8 different cheese items. You don't have to get 5 different ones. You just have to get 5.
Right.
You could technically get 5 of the griddled cheese and grease.
Right.
You know, you probably won't go to the bathroom for a week, but be so stopped up from cheese.
God.
But, you know, something you could do if you want. And then every time, I'll be honest, the little free redemption dessert or whatever at the end has been one of our favorite things.
Oh my gosh.
At all these festivals.
So good.
They're always amazing. And they come in a little cool keepsake.
I'm sad that we
cup.
can't buy them.
Well, I know. That's another one. I wish you could just buy it. Charge me twice and I'd still pay for it, right? All right, let's talk a little bit about Eat to the Beat concert series. What dates does the concert series run, Rhonda, and what showtimes are there every night?
It runs from August 28th to November 17th. That's my brother's birthday.
It sure is.
And it plays every night at 5:30, 6:45, and 8 p.m.
Yes. And if you're not familiar with the concert series, Eat to the Beat includes bands. A lot of these tend to be, these actually, I mean, honestly, these will spread anywhere now from the 70s to modern, which is kind of crazy because it used to be Eat to the Beat was a little more 90s into early 2000s bands, right? You got to Flower and Garden, and the Garden Rock series was more of like kind of those older 60s, 70s into 80s bands. And then they'd sprinkle in some more slightly modern acts sometimes. But most of the acts that are still around were ones that, you know, have been going for 30 years or something. So it is inside American Garden Theater at those 3 times every night. Most of these artists or bands will do at least 2 nights. Some of them will do 3 or so, and they're doing 3 shows every night. Every night it's a half-hour set, and depending on who you go and see, sometimes those sets do vary between the same night. You know, if you've never heard of Blue October, we go see them sometimes, but they do that. We got a chance to catch Joey Fatone's.
That was
actually
cool with Tina. I really enjoyed it.
We'll talk more about that in just a sec. But new this year are some bands like KT Tunstall. I don't know who that is. Ben Rector, I would love to go see. I remember Ben Rector from back in the day. Amazing artist. The Wanted 2.0 is new this year. And then they're rounding it out. The last 3 are new artists, including Jordan Sparks, Bowling for Soup. If they do not play the Phineas and Ferb theme song, then I'm assuming they'll never be asked back. And closing out with the Beach Boys.
How many are still living?
I want to go to the Beach, 2. I want to go to the Beach Boys.
Okay. I
am really, really curious if John Stamos will show up because he plays with the Beach Boys all the time.
That'd be amazing.
He's basically a Beach Boy. So okay. I would love to try and be there and see.
Do we have plans to be there at those dates?
I don't know. We're going to have to go look. And then for me personally, and maybe anybody else who is around our age, there is a stretch of artists that, in my opinion, is absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah.
It goes from The Fray to Hanson to Hoobastank to Smash Mouth to Big Bad Voodoo Daddy to Boys to Men.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
So if you want to catch these shows, you can go ahead and do standby.
Yes.
Depending on the artist, and if they're very popular, you might want to get there pretty early, but you can always do the dining package.
Yep.
What is the dining package, I guess, and what does it include?
Well, it includes food and a guaranteed seat to sit in a sectioned off area in the garden theater. Yeah. And if you can, usually there's like, they'll section off how much they sell. And there is a covered section where you can get in, but if there is major lightning and stuff, they will shut everything down and have you leave. Yeah. But if it's just raining, they will continue.
Oh yeah.
So, and like I said, when it includes food, usually, and you can choose from a breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You get an entree and a dessert, or if it's like beer garden, you get the buffet. Non-alcoholic beverage is included, or if you're 21 and older and would like to partake, you can have an alcoholic beverage, which is very surprising. But what's really cool is for us.
That's how you get some of your money's worth, though. I will say,
absolutely,
that is great that they included that. Yes. Basically, what they did is they rewarded people who drink, and then they screwed people who don't, because they took away the appetizer and replaced it with an alcoholic beverage.
But what we found is really cool is if you do a Rose and Crown package, they do have Heineken Zero, and that works and falls under your beverage.
Yeah. We did that last time. So basically, all your sit-down restaurants within EPCOT are included in this. Just a real couple, pricing points over here. And you can use the dining plan, actually, for these if you would like to. Just to know. So that might be actually a pretty good use of your credits. But, for example, you've got stuff that is slightly on the lower end, like a beer garden. That is $66 per adult, $35 per child. You can go all the way up to things like Le Cellier at $99 an adult.
Yeah.
$39 a child. What we have always done with this, see, there's two different things. Okay. If you got to be in and you want a seat, get it. Right. Don't you really don't worry about the value. The value is in the fact that you get a seat.
Yeah.
If you're on the fence, here's kind of what we do. You go and you go, all right, here's probably the entree I would get. Mm-hmm. Here's the dessert I would get. And here's the alcoholic or non-alcoholic beverage I would get. What does that add up to? Okay.
Right.
Let's just say you go somewhere like, I don't know, Rose and Crown. Mm-hmm. And that adds up to $42.
Right.
Rose and Crown is $61.
Right.
That means you're paying an extra $19 for a guaranteed seat.
Right.
If you're okay paying $19 to guarantee getting in, go for it.
Right.
If you'd rather save that $19, then do standby.
Yep.
Let's talk Joey Fatone because we didn't do a package. We didn't do standby. We got about as lucky as 4 people looking to see a former NSYNC member could get.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, it was super cool. We actually just went and it was starting, and I think we were a little confused on the time because of the 5:30, 6:45, and I think we thought it was like
I thought another one was at 8:30
7 or 8:30 or 8, I don't know, whatever. But it was 8 o'clock, and it was just 8 o'clock, and he was playing, and we just, and what's nice is there's tape on the ground where they need to keep you walking. So, there's tape on the ground, and if you're within that tape, you can stand there and listen, which is fantastic.
Yeah, and you can see a bit. From the back,
100%.
you can still see what 100%. You need to see,
But there's also times where you can go in because the roped-off area for the people with the dining packages that you can sit anywhere and stand anywhere behind it if you're not in the aisles. Mm-hmm. And so we actually, I don't know, Tina just found this spot and then just stood there.
We were
and
in the far back, but technically still kind of within the pavilion area.
Yeah.
And it was, you had a couple little, maybe a pole here, a tree there, but it was a pretty good straight on shot of them. Of course, they got the screens going. Sound was great. It was slam packed. I've been wanting to see Joey Fatone for years because he brings friends out and he's such a good dude and he's entertaining. Loves Disney. He's just so perfect there. So if you get a chance, go see him.
But when Jeremy said that screens are up, there just says Joey Fatone and Friends. It does not show him.
That's my bad.
Because
yeah, you're right.
I was hoping they would because we were kind of far back. And I was thinking, well, I guess if they did that, they'd have to have a lot more camera work.
You would. Yeah, that'd be way too much. You are correct. My bad. But it was great. So he does some songs on his own. He does Backstreet Boys songs.
It was awesome.
As NSYNC. He closed with Bye Bye Bye.
I loved it. It was great.
I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. His first guest he brought out was Michael J. Scott, who plays Aladdin on Broadway.
That was fantastic.
And he sung A Dream Is a Wish Your Heart Makes, which was incredible.
Oh, so good.
Then he brought out, and I apologize so much, I do not know her name, from Phantom of the Opera, and she sang. Beautiful, beautiful voice. In my opinion, I don't know that was the best selection at the time.
I don't think so because I think opera to me is something you absolutely love or you just don't like. I don't know if there's an in between. I think it's like heavy metal rock music.
Yeah, that's true.
Because she got so loud at the end and I literally understand now how glass breaks.
Oh my God. It voice of an angel, but my gosh, yeah.
It's talented. I wouldn't say angel, but
opera is something that you choose to go be a part of. Right?
Yeah,
you don't 100%. Have it just sprung on you, right?
Right, and it was just sprung on us.
Which was interesting. But what made the night for me is he brought out Montel Jordan.
Oh my God, that was so freaking cool.
Who did This Is How We Do It. Again, if you're our age, that is an anthem to you, right?
Yeah,
and it was
100%.
Amazing.
It was so cool.
This was so much fun. It was just such a great performance. It was so fun. We will put this on our calendar year after year. If it's a day we can go, even if we're not planning to go that day, we go for a night because it was so much fun. Can't wait to see who he brings back next year when he does it. Okay, enough about all that stuff because let's get to the things you guys really want to hear about, and that's the food. Got over 30 global marketplaces that goes all around World Showcase and beyond, all throughout EPCOT, basically. So in a World Celebration and nature and neighborhoods and all those crazy names they gave everything. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to run through the entirety of the menu, and we will talk about things that we had in the past because really we only repeated one or two, I feel like 3 items maybe on Saturday when we were there with Rob and Tina. But we will give you, and we're not going to go over every single menu item. We'll just talk about some standouts when we get to that booth. Okay. Let's start with the Alps. And one of the things that I love, and I was going to get, but the line was long and it was 107 degrees outside. You can get a warm raclette Swiss cheese with baby potatoes, cornichons and baguettes. This is part of Emil's Fromage Montage for $5.50, or you can get it with Alpine ham included for $6.
And you can get the little tiny pickles off.
You can. You don't have to get those with it. I've had those taken off in the past. So very, very good. I love this thing. We're also really, unless we see a alcoholic beverage that sticks out that we've had in the past, or one that Rob or Tina tried this trip, we'll let you know about that as well. Let's move on to Australia. Why don't you start with the new dish, the dessert that we had this year?
Oh, yes. This is a mixed berry pavlova with crunchy meringue shell, macerated berries, and whipped cream for $4.75.
You approve?
Oh my gosh, I approve so much that I got it the next day. I loved it. And it was so funny because when I was eating it, I was like, all right, don't tell me, because I know, what it reminds me of. I can't put my finger on it just yet. So I was eating it, and then all of a sudden it hit me like a ton of bricks. And everybody's going to know what I'm talking about. When you're young and you get the Swiss packet of hot chocolate to mix in with milk or whatever, and you open it up and it already has dried marshmallows in there, and you pick those out and eat them. That is what it tasted like to me. And I was like, oh, this is and it was just, I absolutely loved it. The berries together with it was fantastic. The whipped cream was really good. I'm telling you, I'm glad this runs for a while because I will get it again.
It's the perfect summer treat.
It is.
I've said in the past, we talked earlier about how hot it is and it's just miserable sometimes to be out there. I wish that the way they do Flower and Garden, where they do some seasonal menus, wish they did that with this. I know it's a ton of work and you might as well have 2 festivals, but I wish there were some items that kind of were here for the beginning, but maybe not at the end, or they weren't here for the beginning and they were at the end. Yeah. This is one of them that this belongs when you're eating in the dead of heat in summer in Florida. It is light. It's refreshing. Everybody's going to enjoy it. It's we'll talk about safe dishes a lot. These are the dishes that you can get that most people will like, unless they have an aversion to something really weird,
berries.
Like berries. Maybe they have a berry phobia. I don't know.
No, but some people are allergic to.
Well, no, I know. I'm joking.
Okay. I'm
so it's pretty safe. And I think most kids will love this. It's crunchy, but it's soft. It's packed with flavor, and it is so light and refreshing. I really enjoyed it.
And just so you're aware, it's I don't know how big Jeremy can explain it, but I would just pick it up. It is very hard to try to, unless you want to.
That meringue is
I mean, it's like a dried
giant
marshmallow.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's very easy to just pick up and take a bite and over the plate, because if it does kind of fall apart a little bit, but not really, just to be aware, because if you go to try to take a fork,
you'll break the fork.
Yeah, you almost need to cut it, or again picked it up.
What I will say, the grilled bushberry spice shrimp skewer here is delicious. And did you see it walk by this year? It looked outstanding.
Oh, did it?
I had at least half a dozen shrimp on that skewer. They were large. It looked really good. And then what's one of your favorite things here?
Also the roasted lamb chop they have again, and it's been good over year and a year again. I did not get it yet because again it was very hot, but we will.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to Belgium. If you like Belgian
Did you
waffles,
want a waffle?
you're gonna just get it here. They
Yeah.
have one with that berry compote and whipped cream, and they have one with a warm chocolate ganache. These are good. They're exactly what you expect. They do have a beer braised beef with a smoked Gouda mashed potatoes. This is a nice hearty little dish. Again, we'll stop commenting on hot or cold weather. You're going to know whether this is good for hot or cold weather, right?
Yeah.
Let's move on to Bramblewood Bites. New this year, they have a cast iron seared river trout with vanilla butternut squash puree, Brussels sprout salad, candied pecans, spiced pumpkin seeds, dried cranberries, and a maple dressing. This is new. This is $7.25. We did not have this, but John did. He was very pleasantly surprised by how good this trout was.
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
So, the puree and all wasn't quite up to hype, but the portion size was good, so the value was there, and he really enjoyed this. If you go out to mainstmagic.com, you can read his full review on this, so make sure you go and do that. They do have a pork tenderloin here that is good as well, and a roasted Brussels sprouts and root vegetables, which is a wonderful vegetarian dish because it is completely plant-based. Okay, let's check out Brazil. This is a return dish. We get it every year. Everybody gets it every year. What is it?
Oh, the cheese bread. Yeah. It's great. It just is. And it is a Meals for Montage, which we did. I did get that.
Yeah, we did
it's
get
only
that
$5. You get 5 of them?
3 of them.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Look, I don't get the hype. I don't understand the hype.
I just wish it's good, but I just wish there was something with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've always said I wish there was marinara, but even the size, I mean, they're pretty good little size bites, but 3 of them for $5, I don't know. Maybe there should be 5, right? But it is good, and everybody's going to get it. Safe dish.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's going to like this.
It's safe because you can get it for the kids. You can get it, like a lot of people will be drinking, and like Tina got this frozen
Caprina with Cachaça Spirit for $12.50. Now, how did she enjoy that beverage?
She pretty much said it just tasted like lime juice, but she basically then really kind of compared it to a margarita that you get the juice from the store, and that's it.
You just bought like a margarita mix and just drank it.
Yeah,
that's kind of what she said. So did not like it,
no.
And she probably would not recommend.
And
this
it was
for
funny
anything.
because it's supposed to be frozen, and of course, unfortunately, I mean, and this, I know Jeremy said we're going to stop talking about it, but unfortunately,
we can talk about it for this. Don't serve frozen drinks.
Well, unfortunately, Disney's machines cannot keep up. They are not frozen.
It doesn't come out frozen. It's not like you get it frozen and by the time you turn around, the sun melts.
Correct.
It's not frozen
It's
to
not
begin with.
frozen to begin with because they cannot keep up.
Yeah,
With all this being said, the cast member did say that everybody has been saying it's better not frozen. And I swear to God, there was a drink like this years ago when I was drinking it because I think it was a refreshment port.
Yeah,
and I'm like, no, I mean, no.
Yeah.
Anyways,
don't get that sucker.
don't get it.
Let's move on over to the Odyssey and the Brew Wing Lab. This is hosted by the Muppets. One of the things they have again back this year is the unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings with a creamy cucumber raita. 2 years ago, this was not very spicy. Last year, I almost died.
Yeah.
These were, we couldn't handle them
last
awful.
Year.
We didn't bother this year.
No.
Because they do have a new Korean barbecue wings. This has a gochujang barbecue sauce, toasted sesames for $7.75. Why don't you field this one? I liked it. I didn't love it. I wouldn't order it again, but if somebody else ordered it, I'd eat one. So that's kind of my take. But I know you and John, I think, had a more favorable opinion on it. Probably.
I think, unfortunately, out of 4 things, I think the Impossible Chicken Tenders and the Garlic Parmesan
they're the
wings.
best thing out of any of it.
Yes.
Shockingly.
And that is unfortunately where I would take and spend my money. Yes, I did like these. Because I just thought they were too saucy.
Yes.
They were good. I felt like the chicken was good. They were good sizes. And I also felt like the chicken on the outside was crispy. So it was an interesting take because it was crunchy, crispy, and then saucy. And the sauce was good. It was fine. I knew we were going to go eat more. these are actually wings we threw away.
Or 5 of them. And they're good size. This is a
they
good
were.
portion, though. I will say,
Very
for
good portion.
$7.75, this is a very good portion.
And I ate my entire wing. And I kind of think I wanted more, but I was like, we're going to go eat more. And I didn't love it enough to go, let me eat another one.
Yeah.
So, again, it was good. And if you like a Korean barbecue, and you do, you would probably absolutely love these.
Yeah.
But I do feel if you're like, well, I want some wings, or because that Impossible chicken tenders, I know it's not real meat, but it tasted like it.
You don't know that it tastes like delicious.
It's fantastic.
Store-bought frozen chicken tenders and a great buffalo sauce with blue cheese and ranch.
But if you're really wanting the wings and you're like, all right, I really need to only pick one and not get two, I would probably go with your garlic parmesan ones.
I would go to another place for me personally. I wouldn't get wings here. You're wasting your money, I think,
okay.
on any of them. I think it's Guy Fieri at Chicken Guy says sauce is boss. It's not. Sometimes less is more. I had major issues with sauce this weekend, because we'll talk about in the next episode here our Skipper Canteen thing with the sauce there.
Lord.
But I think these could be perfect if they were fried naked, no breading, and if they cut the sauce in about a third, a nice light sauce, that sprinkle of toasted sesame on a unbreaded fried wing, and this would be perfect because all the flavors are there. It's another one of those, for me personally, execution just didn't do it.
Okay.
But that's okay because, again, a lot of people may enjoy these. I just think there's a lot better wings throughout property than dealing with getting them at the festival here. What is one of our favorite non-alcoholic beverages here actually every year?
It's really good. It's the frozen pomegranate and raspberry tea.
Yeah.
Now, because it is inside, it is truly frozen.
Yes. Yeah.
So now I will say, going back to this area and this room, they have done very, very well with tables. They have put a lot of tables. Now, a lot of them you are standing and you can't get seats because all the seats are taken. But it's just nice where you can stand. You can be in the cool air.
Yeah.
You can it's nice. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's going to be crowded.
Yes, it is.
And I will say this. Save Brewing Lab for maybe a little bit later in the day, mid-afternoon. It gets slammed when this thing opens.
Yes, it does.
Every year, and lines are out the door, and it will take you some time to get your food and all. So you might want to wait more till middle of the afternoon. Real quick, just talk about the pickle milkshake. It's back this year, $6.
It should say dill.
Yeah,
it just tastes a lot of dill. And there are pickle spears too there.
Fried pickle spears,
which are good. I enjoyed that. But I mean, it doesn't remind me of I'm drinking pickles, but the
not
dill.
Like a pickle brine, but more of that dill notes that are in there.
Major dill.
Okay. Canada. Get the soup, get the
every
filet.
year. Absolutely.
We'll just move on. There's no reason for you. And I don't care if it's 1,000 degrees outside. If it's your only trip and your chance to get it, get it. We only didn't get it because we knew that we're going to be back multiple times.
100%.
And we will get it when we go back. Let's move on to China. Chicken dumplings there are good, but they're exactly what you're going to get in your frozen food section or from your Chinese restaurant. Very safe dish.
But
if your
this
kids like
is
dumplings.
exactly.
So that is something you might want to look at. The smoked duck bao bun there, it can be good. Mm-hmm. It is all dependent on the piece of duck that you get.
Yeah, that's true.
When
I like it.
When the duck is right, it's delicious.
Yep.
When the duck is not right, it's still pretty dang good.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the Beijing Shanghai noodles with stir-fried minced beef, cucumber, chili, and carrots, and a savory Douban sauce. Again, new this year, and it is $8.50. What do you think of this one?
Personally, I absolutely loved it, but it is very just you're safe. Mm-hmm. Where Kaylin would love it because it was very plain.
Yes.
I absolutely loved it. The noodles were fantastic. It reminded me of something I just want from a simple Chinese place, and
kind of like a side, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you get your meal and you're like, you know what? I could really just go for a side of noodles.
Oh my God. I loved it.
I did too.
I absolutely loved it. I would get it again, actually.
Yeah. My only issue is the stir-fried minced beef, for me personally, didn't really add anything to it, which is fine, except if they said, you know what? We don't do the minced beef, and instead of $8.50, it's just say $7. I'd feel a little bit better about it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like
I get
for an
that.
extra, you know what I mean? I feel like for an extra $1.50, if we want to put a price on it, you don't get the beef flavor. Or I wish it was more like maybe it was, thinner strips of beef or something. It doesn't take away at all.
No.
I just don't think it adds to it.
I mean, I can agree with that but then I guess if they had just a bowl of noodles, that would look stupid.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is perfect.
Agreed. You need to put something on here to give it some contrast and
Correct.
some texture. So that's exactly why they're doing it. I would still get it, and it's a good portion size. This is a very good portion size, I think, for $8.50 if one person said, this is going to kind of be like almost my lunch.
That is something we've noticed over the course
of... The portions this year, I was so impressed with. This has probably been one of the best portion to value years that I can remember in a long, long time.
Yeah.
They are known for their alcoholic beverages, one of those being the Baju Punch. This is $14.50, and I will say, though, they load these things because they're not pre-mixed. They're pouring the liquor right there in front of you, and they do a pretty good job of it. So if you want to talk about alcohol for value, this is the place to go.
Yep.
They have 2 new drinks. One is a Hanain Prosperity. The other is a frozen strawberry jasmine cocktail.
Yeah, which sounds good to me. It's light rum, jasmine tea, and strawberry syrup.
I love jasmine tea.
I do too.
Yeah, very good. All right, let's move on. Coastal Eats is not opening till September 28th.
Woo, but I can't wait till it does.
Yeah, they got a lump crab cake, which actually is not too bad. We've had in the past.
Yeah.
New this year, I'm very excited for, is this seaside pot pie. It's got shrimp, scallops, crawfish tails, and a lobster bisque topped with a puff pastry for $7.50.
And a ceviche.
Well, I can't wait to see the size of both of these because the price tag is really good.
Yeah.
And the ceviche is also $7.50, which comes with mahi-mahi, shrimp, sweet potato, chulpe, choclo, and a leche de tigre. So I can't wait to go back and get that. If you like, basically, what do you call it? It's like is a Cape Cod cooler? Okay, so they have a Boyd and Blair pomegranate cotter.
Oh, isn't that just
vodka cotter,
and
I think. Usually it's like it's usually like vodka, cranberry, and but this is done with this pomegranate. It's $12.50 and it's good as well.
Yeah.
So it's a good, nice, light, refreshing drink. And I think as far as alcoholic beverages go, it's another one of those that is safe. When you get to the Mexicos and you get to the Chinas, their flavors can be very, very strong. This is a pretty simple one. So again, it's a safe drink. Let's move over to Earth Eats. We really enjoyed, this is over near, if you're coming out of the Land and you're heading towards the Imagination Pavilion, they have a red wine braised beef short rib with a goat cheese polenta, puttanesca sauce, shaved pecorino cheese, and petite herbs for $8.50. We enjoyed this so much last year that we tried to recreate it at home one time.
I need to get that again because it's goat cheese polenta.
It's very, very good. The
I
goat cheese
forgot
polenta
about
is
that.
outstanding.
It is.
The short rib is tender and
I'm going to
flavorful.
get that when it's cooler.
It's a great dish. Yeah, highly, highly recommended.
Yeah.
Did not get this year yet, but we will next time. I just forgot it was there when we walked past. But we've had some of their aquas frescas in the past. They have a Minute Maid strawberry hibiscus aquas fresca, non-alcoholic, of course. It's new for $4.75.
It sounds good.
They're a good, refreshing drink.
Yeah.
All right, Flavors of America. We decided to get both of the new dishes. They have a Gulf Coast style seafood roll with warm water lobster, rock shrimp, lobster bisque, and a sherry creme fresh on a toasted brioche bun for $8.75. Then they have a New England slider. This is slow braised beef pot roast with spicy giardiniera, horseradish cream, and crispy fried onions on a potato roll, and that is $6. Let's start with the slider.
Yeah, it was... I'm like trying to think because it was good. It was really good.
Execution was
wet.
off a little bit. Yeah, execution was a little off, I think. Wet?
The bottom bun was wet, which was fine because technically...
Well, there's an au jus in there.
Correct.
And I spilled some of it.
Well, no, it was wet before I picked it up.
Okay,
but
'cause I spilled most of it in the thing.
You did. But when I said something about it being wet, you were like, well, you've got the au jus. And I was like, yeah, so I think it was good that the whole taste together, the bread, the beef, the horseradish cream, everything together was good. I think I was just off-putted by picking it up and it being a little soggy on the bottom.
Toast your buns, people. Toast your bottom buns.
But then he is right because I dipped it and then I took a bite and I'm like, okay, it wasn't off-putting anymore. Does that make sense?
It does. Yeah.
So But it was good. Would I get it again? Yeah, absolutely.
I'm excited to try it again because where the execution I think was slightly off is like I took a bite and I was like, I get no horseradish cream. John took a bite and he goes, oh, that's because I just got it all.
Okay.
So I think the portions and stuff were slight, like it was put together, not quite layered right. But I loved everything about it otherwise. Some of our pieces of meat were a little overcooked and a little crisp compared to others that were very tender. But it's first day.
Yeah.
And this is one that I think when we go back, I will definitely get it again. And I bet I'll really, truly enjoy it.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've been so sad about for years is when the Flavors of America dropped the lobster roll. It was one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
I would eat usually no less than half a dozen of them throughout the course of a festival, sometimes multiple on a trip. And I've been so sad since it is gone. It is not back, but I do believe the next best thing is.
Yeah. Yeah, it is good.
This roll is absolutely perfect. It is like a toasted lobster roll. These are little you call them a lobster, you call it a slider, right? Instead of a roll, it's a slider in that size, so it's definitely smaller. I'm usually not a big fan of warm water lobster.
Yeah.
I'm usually not that big a fan of rock shrimp. But what brings those two together that is in this, that makes this to me just one tiny step below that lobster roll?
The lobster bisque on top. Yeah. I don't think I realized that's what it was. Yeah. Now that like we read the description, I feel like I'm like John in a sense. Like sometimes I don't read what's in it. I just take a bite and I'm like, Yeah. But now knowing that, that's really kind of cool. And they do give you some clarified butter on the side, which is funny because they have a giant vat of it. And it is just funny
and
to
like a beverage dispenser.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'm kind of sad because I did my teeny like last little bite. I was like, oh, I should probably try the butter because I didn't think it needed it. But it just took it to another level.
Mm-hmm, it was really good. I saw somebody like pour the butter
that's what
on
I
it.
would do next time.
And I was
just
like,
go at it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a budget lobster roll. And it does a really, really good job of that.
Yeah.
Without the lobster bisque, I don't think this works. But the lobster bisque is so flavorful with lobster that you actually think this is a lobster roll. That all that's in there is lobster. If you wanted to make this at home, you can get a little bit of lobster and not spend as much on all lobster.
Yeah.
A little bit of shrimp, you know what I mean? But then get a good lobster bisque that has, tons of flavor. And this is what you get there.
Yeah.
I will get more of these. I wanted to get one when we went back Saturday.
Yeah, you never did. I don't know why.
The lines were too long. And I was just like, I just don't need it. I was more focused on making sure that, those days were about them and us doing the things we want to do than me getting another lobster roll that I can get anytime over the course of the next 2 months.
That's true.
So, but I absolutely loved it. They have a really interesting new flight this year. And one of those includes a Playa Linda Brewing Company Pumpkin Cheesecake Blonde Stout.
Did Rob get?
He did not, but I can't, because we
that's
didn't
right.
go into the booth, but
we didn't,
I would have bought this for him if I had gone to get another roll because I just wanted to know someone's opinion on it.
Right.
So you have it, let me know. Let's move on to Flavors of Fire. Go ahead and start with the first item that we enjoy year after year. And when I saw it this year, it kind of looks like it took steroids in the off season because I swear it got a little bigger.
Oh, the Montreal style burger slider.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good. This is actually Impossible Beef with plant-based cheddar, tomato jam, bib lettuce, and a plant-based garlic aioli on a sesame bun. And it's only $6. And you said you saw it and it was a lot bigger.
The patty. Remember in the past, the patty
Nice.
part was good, but it got overwhelmed by a lot of the other stuff.
Yeah.
The patty looked like it fit the bun.
Perfect.
And you could see it when the sandwich was like closed. You know what I mean? When the top was on.
Yeah.
You could see the patty.
Nice.
So it's very, very good. They do have something new this year, which is a Rodizio style grilled beef skewer. Rodizio is I think they said Brazilian. It's basically like a skewer or spit and rotating. That's what Rodizio means. This comes with marbled potatoes, charred shallots, roasted baby peppers, and chimichurri. It is new. It is $7, and you can eat it in the rain. How was it?
It was good. It was
Do you
really
want me to
good.
start?
Yeah.
Okay. Potatoes were absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
They were so good. I could eat a bowl of these potatoes. The baby peppers, to me, had zero place on the dish. They were just adding color, but they don't really go that much with anything. The meat, so, okay, John got it earlier, and he had this huge portion of meat. It was like 3 big chunks of meat on there. When we got ours, now to be fair, I think it started with more meat, but one of them fell off onto the table. And so the guy turned around to get another one. And I just don't think it was equivalent. So our meat ratio is much smaller than the one John got earlier. For me, the taste and the cook on the steak was there. But a lot of the portions that I got had some like fat and stuff in it that I don't think worked well. I don't know. Maybe I didn't get a really good bite.
I don't think it was also cooked to a...
It was medium rare.
I just heard it. I don't think it was
very
cooked to a
medium
well...
rare. So if you're not a medium rare style person, you do have to be careful. I am a medium rare style person.
Right.
But again, I think it some of the textures, and there was some stringiness and like some muscle and fat and stuff in there that I didn't care for. But I know you and John absolutely love this dish. I think it might be one of your guys' top dishes.
Yeah, it took kind of took me a second. I just realized where we were and what we were eating it. And yes, I really, really liked it. The chimichurri was fantastic. The potatoes, like Jeremy said, were great. And I loved all of the beef. Like it was just, again, one of those things where I took a bite and I was like, I know we were going to eat more, but I was like, I want to eat and finish
like meal,
this.
Right?
Yeah,
it eats like
it was
a meal.
I loved
it.
For
$7, this is lunch for
yes, it
for
is.
a person.
Yeah, it was great.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I was really surprised by that.
Like to get
we'll
it
get
again.
it again
Yeah.
because I want to give that meat another try.
Right.
Totally.
Yep.
So they do have a drink here that has changed over the years. That is the swine brine.
Oh yeah.
You remember back when Flavors of Fire first started?
Yeah, they did.
It was over there
Yep.
towards the Imagination Pavilion, and you used to go inside where that lab was and everything.
Yep.
And they had this swine brine.
Uh-huh.
And Jim Beam, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, apple cinnamon cider, lemon juice, and Dijon mustard for $12. Back then,
Dijon mustard? You drank that?
I don't know if it
back
had
in
it
the
back
day?
then, but if it does, it's like such a little taste. You would never know it's there. But it used to have a piggy wing in it. This little
Yes, it
fried
did.
pork piggy wing thing in the drink. And it's really actually good. It no longer comes with a piggy wing, but it's still actually a really tasty beverage. I had it, of course, last 2 years ago now.
Right.
But I've always enjoyed this, and it's an inventive drink that I don't really feel like you can find a lot of places else on property, if at all. So I applaud them for doing something very different here, and I'd recommend you give this a shot. If you're a whiskey fan,
Yeah.
I'd give this a shot. This is a cooler
Amy
weather
always likes
fan.
it.
Yeah, or a cooler weather drink.
Yeah.
Usually, but it'll work in summer as well. Let's go to Forest and Field. We got the very favorite of yours, pumpkin mascarpone ravioli with a brown butter vinaigrette, pecorino cheese, pomegranate seeds, and a hazelnut praline. This is part of Emil's Fromage Montage. It is $5.50. Just give quick thoughts on this because we got it again.
So last year
we
I got
loved
it twice because I think it had potential. I'm going to say it like that.
Yes.
Because when I first got it, I was disappointed, but it was still good enough to try again.
Yeah.
Got it again. I was like, okay. And I knew it still had potential. When it was back this year, I was super excited and I got it. And holy crap, I don't know what they did over this last year, but it was fantastic. And I can't wait to get it again. Oh. It was more pumpkin-y mascarpone cheese inside. And it just, the flavors, they fixed it.
Nice.
I loved it.
Cool.
I absolutely loved it.
All right, let's talk about the Cioccolata sandwich. This is mortadella, prosciutto ham, sun-dried peppers, arugula, stracciatella cheese, fall squash, mustardo, and pistachio pesto on a warm focaccia. This is new. It is $6.25. It is a really good portion size.
Yeah, it is a nice big. You don't tell. Is it a triangle?
Yeah,
No.
it's a triangle.
It's
a triangle basically.
And it fills the board plate. It's. I guess it's almost 6 inches.
Probably the focaccia is nice and soft. My only issue with this is that the filling to focaccia ratio is so off because that focaccia is just so thick that there's not enough like meats and cheeses and whatever else is going on in there, I think, to stand up to how much bread there is. But it's still really good.
It was really good. But it eats like a meal too. And this is.
And whatever a fall squash mustardo is, I saw it on there. I looked at it. It made me want to throw it in the water because it just looks like a big glob of thick mustard. But I got no mustardy flavor or anything when I literally made you both taste it and eat it.
Oh yeah,
and tell me, I'm like, I'm not taking a bite of that thing if there's even a hint of mustard because people are going to see something they don't want to see.
Yeah.
So I didn't get any of that. So I actually did enjoy it.
Yeah.
But you know what? I would be scared to get it again. Because that'll be the time that it's like dipped in mustard or something. You know what I mean? But give it a shot.
Right.
I would say definitely give it a shot.
Yeah.
Also new there, they have the autumn chili featuring impossible beef with root vegetables, a plant-based cheddar, and plant-based sour cream in a bread bowl. If you didn't know already, this is plant-based. So this is new, and it is $6.50.
Mm-hmm.
This
it's in a bread
really
bowl.
Good. The bread bowl is perfection. It is the most perfect sourdough bread bowl. Mm-hmm. It's big. It's hearty. The filling. This is a dry chili.
And for those of you that like sour cream, Rob does not. So we got it not even on it. I don't even think it was supposed to be on the side, but we didn't.
Yeah, it needs it. I will say it
and
needs
that's
the sour
where,
cream.
Yep, and that's where I was going when you were going to say dry. I tasted it. It was really like good, and the bread was good. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I like sour cream.
Yeah, me too.
So do you. So
it needed that creaminess.
When it gets cooler, I would like to get this again.
Yeah.
We'll get both of them, the autumn chili and the pumpkin ravioli again.
You can have all the pumpkin ravioli. I was being nice. I thought it was so much worse than last year. There was no brown butter. There was no sage. All the stuff that really set it off last year, it was missing in the one we had this year. So you can have at it, girl, unless they put all that on there.
Okay.
A lot of times Disney does really well at these impossible dishes where in a blind taste test, I don't think you would know the difference. Mm-hmm. You would know the difference in this one, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because you know it already, right? It is very, very good. It has heavy notes of like cinnamon and nutmeg.
Okay. Yes, it does.
You know what I mean? So
yes, it does.
That's where another area where I think it needed the creaminess of the sour cream. But it is good. I would get it. What makes it even better is once, like any good something served in a bread bowl, when you get to the bottom of that bowl and some of those juices that have kind of drained out from the meat are in that bread, it's delicious. It is really good.
Good.
And again, I had to look again. $6.50. This might be the best value that we saw.
It was a large.
It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, the bread bowl. Yeah.
There they do have a brewery. I'm a Gang All Hallows Treat Imperial Chocolate Peanut Butter Stout. Rob and Tina got this to give it a shot.
Tina actually liked it, didn't she?
It's very thick, but
she said it tastes like a Reese's cup.
Yeah. So might be something you enjoy. And Tina is not someone to drink stouts or heavy beers.
Correct.
And she enjoyed it. So that might be a safe everyone kind of beer.
Mm-hmm. And it's nice because they do have the 6 ounce or a 12 ounce.
Yes, with all of these beers,
correct.
Which is great.
So if you want to try it per se,
and honestly, 6 ounce is the way to go unless you know you like it.
100%.
Then I would get the 6 ounce. I'd save a couple bucks. You can always go back and get more later if you want, and if you want to get.
But if you're one of those that likes beers and then you like a Reese's peanut butter cup,
maybe go for the 12.
Maybe go for the 12.
Let's move on to France. So they have 4 total items. 3 of them are new this year. One of the ones that we did get from years past is the beef bourguignon. This is a red wine braised short ribs with a potato puree for $8.95. Mm-hmm. It's pretty similar to the Earth Eats dish we were just talking about. It's good. It's hearty. It's safe. You agree this is a pretty safe dish?
Yes.
It's one of the only ones we really enjoy.
I just started to say we got 3 things this time, and this is probably, I hate to say it, unfortunately, the most that got eaten of this dish, and the like least to be threw away, and the most we all 3 liked.
This one here,
yes,
the short rib, yes, because the other 2 we did not love.
No.
One of those is a trio of escargot bites and croissant dough served with a garlic parsley dip. It is new. It is $8.95. The other one is a vanilla creme brulee with blueberry lime compote for $6.95. Mm-hmm. You are a creme brulee queen. What was up with the creme brulee?
Well, first of all, it's just it's weird because it's in this obvious throwaway silver dish, and they are literally back there like firing and doing the crystal sugar on top to make it that beautiful, but that's it. And then they put it on a plate, and I'm like, where's the blueberry lime? There's no decoration. It's just this creme brulee looking. And then now when you got into it, the blueberry lime compote was on the bottom. I don't know if by the time we started eating it, because they were firing it on top, that's why you put it in a very cold refrigerator, and when you make it, you don't put it in a freezer.
That custard,
right? you kind of heat it up a little bit on accident because
right.
you're doing that. Well, then it's so hot outside. It was very creamy, but not in a good way.
And then the compote on the bottom just didn't work.
Weird.
It didn't work at all.
It didn't.
You know, if it had been more of a standard creme brulee and more shallow, because that's another thing. I think it was so creamy. It was so thick that the inside of the custard, I don't think it even set properly. And yeah, if instead you did more of a standard creme brulee and you put the compote on top, the exact same compote from Australia and the pavlova, I think this could have been a very good creme brulee. Right?
I agree.
But it wasn't.
I agree.
So let's move on to the escargot bites. There are 3 of these. We all had one. This looks like a tiny little square croissant, maybe an inch by an inch.
Yep.
Maybe a half inch thick, flaky, pretty good, flavorful.
Yep.
And inside is a tiny little snail. Tiny little guy just sitting in there in the middle. Yep. You can see him. He winks at you. There's a parsley garlic dip on the side, which is thicker than mud. I didn't like the parsley garlic dip at all. It was like the flavors were so strong that it hurt.
I think I used it to try not to taste the snail.
Here's the thing. It really doesn't taste much like the escargot or snail. You know, like if you're going to serve, and I understand a lot of people don't like escargot, and this is why they're doing it this way.
Right.
They're trying to expand people's palates and get you to try escargot for the first time. But you might as well just serve me a puff pastry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because the only reason you know there's escargot is in there because they told you. And that quickly takes over your brain. If you had blind taste tested this, I'm not 100% sure you would know. You might have said,
what is
there's a little something in there I can't place. But I don't think for a minute you'd be like, is that a snail? No.
No.
The texture isn't there. The taste isn't there.
Yeah.
It's very, very skippable. For me personally, when the escargot was good here, and I don't love escargot, the only time I've ever liked it was pre-COVID. I went for David's bachelor party. How long have they been married now? 15, 16 years or something. So this was a long time ago, and they had it where they had the escargot sitting in the little dish. You can get it in Chef de France, actually.
Yep.
It's sitting in a little kind of dish with the divots, and the escargot's in it. It's filled with a nice clarified butter with some parsley and herbs. And then sometimes it's even topped with like a little bit of puff pastry. You spoon it out, and it's actually pretty good. If you want to try escargot and you're scared, this is actually probably the way to do it. But if you want to try escargot for more of a traditional sense, then go into Chef de France and get it. We actually sat down one time and got it.
Yeah, I remember
and then
that.
had like some soup and dessert. Like we didn't even get a full meal with people.
I don't know why we didn't get the brioche because it's a spice brioche with 3 cheeses and a Mornay filling. It is new this year. I can't remember if we didn't get it because John already had it, but I would like to try it because I do like a brioche with like cheeses and stuff. So I'd like to try it.
I'd like to try it, but I'm a little concerned based on the other new dishes this year.
I agree.
So, but certainly will be worth a shot. They also have a chilled French Cosmo there. It is not a slushie. So it's vodka, Grey Goose, Le Citron vodka, Grand Marnier liqueur, and a simple cranberry juice for $14.95. Tina did get it. She was sad it wasn't an actual slushie. She thought it was okay, right? I don't think she loved it, but she thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be safe. You know, like what words in there does someone not like who drinks, right?
Right.
Probably not any of them. Fry Basket. We did not stop this year because they got nothing new in the food category going on.
But we loved everything.
Yeah, everything here's good. Just get the fry flight.
Yeah.
It's $8. You get the sea salt malt vinegar fries, which are plant-based. You get truffle Parmesan fries with a black garlic truffle aioli. And then you get my favorite out of them, I think, are the sweet potato casserole fries with a cinnamon sugar, candied pecans, and a marshmallow cream. This year they do have a 3 Daughters Brewing Mojito Blonde Ale that's new. That sounds pretty good. They have the Boyd and Blair Grapefruit Mule that I have had in the past. It's all right. I'm not big on grapefruit. So I'm probably the only grapefruit I've ever liked is in a Schopenhauer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's tart. It's sour. It's just too much for me. But if you're a grapefruit fan, you're probably going to like this. We did not stop in Germany this year. Again, they're not doing anything new. They have a large bratwurst on a small pretzel roll. It's kind of odd. It comes with mustard. It's $6.25.
Tina got that.
No, that was from Summerfest. She got a standard brat. This is at the booth. You can get a full-size standard brat over there in Summerfest.
Okay.
Or at the booth, they have this tiny... Remember, the brat is like 5 inches long, and the roll's like 3 inches. And so the brat hangs off the edge of the roll in it. But it's good.
Yeah.
They have a Schnickernudeln, which is pasta gratin with ham, onions, and cheese, which my apologies, we actually did get, but it was served at Summerfest.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah.
This is part of Emil's fromage montage. It's $5.25.
I think that's another
It's
stamp
big.
we forgot.
We did. It's large.
It is large.
It's good.
It's good. It's
a lot.
It's very quiche-y like.
Yes, that's it. Why could I not think of something as simple? It's a quiche, basically. A very thin quiche.
Mm-hmm. It's good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it's good.
I'll tell you this though. I personally thought it was very heavy on the onions. Now, they weren't as caramelized as you would want.
Right.
John mentioned that when we were eating it, and I wish that they were, because they would have, I think, gotten the right flavor. Instead, I do think there were so many onions that so much of the onion flavor was still there that it was overpowering. But when you got a perfect bite of this, it's pretty dang good.
Yeah.
And I really liked the crust and pastry that was kind of around it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they do have a Schöfferhofer berry lime Hefeweizen that's new this year. I'm guessing if you like the grapefruit one, you'll like this one.
Isn't there a lemon or
They've got all kinds of them.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah. All right, let's move on to Greece. We did not stop this year, but the griddled cheese, as we mentioned earlier, with pistachios and honey, that's part of the fromage montage. It's $5.25. It's probably the standout dish here, followed by that lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomato, cucumber relish. It's not particularly something I would consider a safe dish, but Lacey always loved this.
She did.
So maybe it is.
And
but
we
it's
made
really,
it at
really
home.
good. We did. It's
tried to.
really good. If they're doing it the same, the lamb, a traditional gyro you would see with that shaved meat and all. This is like basically almost, I guess you could say like a sausage in a sense, like the shape, but it's so good. All right, opening new this year. On September 28th, I cannot wait for this to open, is Goiza's of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So this is going to be dumplings. It's going to have a buffalo-style dumpling, a French onion soup-style dumpling. Stephanie, if you're listening, this is as close as we're ever getting to deconstructed French onion soup again, girl. Let's go get one. Okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm excited for that. And then, listen to this, a street corn-style dumpling. Sounds amazing,
I'm excited.
Right? John let me know that somehow, some reason, even though it is
only
obviously
$6.
tied to Guardians of the Galaxy, the logo on the booth looks like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's somewhat near Guardians of the Galaxy outside of Creations.
Yeah.
John let me know that this has no tied story to apparently like Guardians of the Galaxy canon or universe, which is weird. Okay. Why wouldn't you try and tie that in? I don't know. But I can't wait to go back. We will get all three of these. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing we're going to like them because we liked that very temporary little dumpling thing they did over at that Tron Bites booth. Remember when they had those? They had a buffalo style one. And what do they have? Like a beef and broccoli, I think it was.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
And we enjoyed them. So if these are like that,
I'm excited.
This could end up being a standout booth, I think.
They have two new beverages, too. One is a pineapple colada and then a Pinot Gris.
Yeah, white rum, Dole pineapple juice, and sweetened condensed coconut milk sounds good on that one.
$12 on that one, and then only $6.50 for their Pinot Gris.
Hawaii didn't stop because we've had all these dishes. There's nothing new, but for the most part, we love at least I love the slow roasted pork slider.
Yeah, I like the Hawaiian rice bowl.
And the Hawaiian rice bowl is great.
Yeah,
I was when
I'd like to get
I can't
that
remember if
again.
I told you this when I went with Kaylin and Talon when we went to Walulu, and Jamie waited on us, and we got the musubi.
Yeah.
Which first of all, Kaylin loved. She just
That's
loved
awesome.
it. You're like, my kid's about to eat Spam sushi. She's going to hate this. She's pretty simple sometimes.
Yeah.
Loved it. But I was telling Jamie about this dish because it's so similar. It's got the Spam. It's got the rice. It's got some of that spicy mayo. This includes some egg and eel sauce in it. It's a nice little bowl. It's the first way I think either one of us ever tried Spam. And we liked it.
Yep, I think so.
That pork slider is outstanding.
Yeah.
I would get that. It's got a sweet and sour chutney featuring Dole pineapple and spicy mayo. It's $6. It's a nice little slider. Let's move on to India. Chicken tikka masala is good every year.
Yep.
I would probably go with that. They have potato and pea samosas. I just don't think we're big samosa fans, honestly. And I'm not a big pea fan. So we did not get anything there this year. Italy. Let's talk about Italy. Rhonda, everyone's fan favorite to hear us try every year, isn't it? And no surprise, they've got 3 brand new items because they get new items every year because the previous years are awful.
I don't understand. I will say this tortellini. We'll talk about the tortellini
alla
first.
vodka. Just go into it.
I will, because I don't understand how this is quote unquote new. Because I swear to God, the last festival, they had this here.
They probably changed one tiny thing.
Well, it's supposed to be
illegal for them to serve this.
It is supposed to be a 4-cheese tortellini, vodka sauce, Parmesan, and some type of chili oil for $8. I explained it the best way possible. This is going to Publix, getting your in the refrigerated section, your fresh pasta.
I guess giving them too much credit.
Okay.
You better move around the corner to your frozen.
I mean, I'm still going to go ahead and
this is
say
about as fresh as I was at the end of 4 days in the parks when it's 100 degrees
it wasn't,
in summer.
Okay, but I'm telling you, you get that. They go around the corner to the sauce in a jar that says vodka sauce on it.
That's still giving them a lot of credit.
And then they just boil it and pour sauce on it, and that's it. With a maybe little bit of Parmesan. I don't even remember if there was no Parmesan on it. I started to say.
I got no hint of chili oil.
Yeah.
100% these are frozen tortellinis.
Okay.
And I'm not sure they made it as far down as the like ragu sauces. To me personally, this just tasted like a can of crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
This is easily the worst dish Italy has ever put out. I think we each maybe ate 2 tortellinis each just to give it a try and then threw it in the garbage. This is offensive. I mean, honestly.
But it's safe for your child.
It is
if
safe
you
for your child,
know
probably.
that you are like they like the cheese tortellini and the sauce is very plain, so you know you can.
Safe, though. Neither one of our girls, I think, would enjoy this necessarily because it just doesn't have flavor.
Maybe
we came home Sunday and shockingly, Lacey found this TikTok recipe that was cheese tortellini with sauce, but you put it in a dish, you bake it, you put cheese on top, but you also cook some ground beef, you put it in with the sauce. It was the simplest dish we've made at home. Lacey made the whole thing. You mix a little bit of cream cheese in with the sauce. That's all they had to do.
Yeah.
And instead, they're just phoning it in.
Yeah.
Now, let's move on to the pizza dough. This is a Bassetti Kisses de Pizza, a traditional Napoleon street food. It's pizza dough, it's pepperoni, it's mozzarella, and tomato sauce. It's new. It's $8.75. I would get this again.
Yeah, so basically it's just they take the pizza dough and roll it so it almost looks like a little cinnamon roll. And that's how I kind of compared it to a savory cinnamon roll, because my bites, you know how your cinnamon roll when you eat on the outside is more crispy and more whatever? Well, this when you get into the middle of it is softer and doughier. That's kind of how I felt like, but it was savory because it was pepperoni and some mozzarella and a little tomato sauce. I think Jeremy said he'd get it again, but I think you're going to have to on some of these because I think everyone might be a little different. Because the way they're made. Earlier,
it had no pepperoni. So again, it could be hit or miss.
Right.
The one that we got, I thought was good. The cheese was melted on top, had a little bit of that burnt crustiness to it I like. And you're spot on where the outside of the dough is crispy, but as you get to the center, it's still a little doughy, but it's delicious. Again, this is not going to blow your socks off, but this is a safe dish that I think everyone can like.
Yes.
And if we're walking past again and there's almost no one in line and I'm hungry, I'd stop in and get one. It's almost like a
shockingly, there's a very long line to this all the time.
Yeah. Let's finish with the chocolate spuma, which is their dessert. Their desserts are always good. Yep. As John puts it, and he's not wrong, you can go to Costco and get a tray of these. That's okay.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah.
It's safe. It's good. And I'm okay with them I'm okay with them kind of phoning it in on dessert. I just wish they wouldn't on the savory items.
Yeah.
A couple more minutes on that tortellini, just a couple more things and a little bit more love and care, and it's a good dish, So just get with it, Italy. All right, let's move on to Japan. Teriyaki chicken bun. You want to talk about that just real quick? That is here year after year now. We usually get it every year. Safe dish. Girls love it, right?
Yeah, it's just a steamed bun filled with minced chicken and vegetables and a teriyaki sauce. And I mean, it's a good size.
If you've had the ones at Satuli Canteen, the cheeseburger pots, it's exactly almost that size. It might be a little bigger actually, because you only get one of them, and the filling's great. Kids love it. Now, new this year, they keep trying to do this ground beef Wagyu stuff here, right? So it's a beef Wagyu don. It's traditional Japanese rice bowl with American Wagyu beef blend over steamed white rice, served with homemade pickles, shredded tagarashi pepper, and pickled ginger. This is the new one this year. It's $9.50. I'm going to go ahead and say sorry, Italy, because the tortellini probably wasn't the worst dish just because it didn't have flavor.
Yeah.
This was the worst tasting dish for me.
Yeah, it wasn't
I think
good.
you and I believe John. I can't even put my finger on what was wrong with this. It was very vinegary, first of all, which they have these house-made pickles on it, but they're more of those, marinated cucumbers.
Right, because it's not a pickle.
But I think all the vinegar left the cucumber and soaked into the rice, and it didn't work. This beef Wagyu, it's not.
Right.
Come on, man. It's ground beef.
Right.
Stop.
Uh-huh.
You're Japan. You have so many great items. This is not one of them.
We threw it away.
This one. We throw away most of it. A
We
lot
did.
of it. And for $9.50, we were all almost mad.
Yeah.
We both went. Even John was like, $9.50? We're all like, you got to be kidding me. There's no way. Don't get it. Now, they do have some drinks here. They got a sake Politan cocktail. This is sake with simple cranberry juice and a hint of yuzu. That is new. In the past, I've always enjoyed their sake drinks. I think they're usually pretty good. All right, let's move on to Mexico. Flauta de Barbacoa from last year. It's outstanding. We love it.
Yep.
Let's move on to the new Tostada de Carnitas this year. I actually we got the flauta again on Saturday.
Yes, we did.
And it was just as good as we remember.
Yep.
The new item is a tostada de carnitas. This is braised pork atop a fried corn tortilla with chipotle, black beans, salsa ranchera, crema mexicana, and queso fresco for $8. I absolutely loved it. We got another one Saturday, and I loved it again.
Yes, it was very good. I enjoyed it. Everything together was really good. This is also something else that you want to pick up and take a bite.
Yeah, just go.
You don't. Yeah, you don't want to try to use a fork or a knife.
Yeah, you're not trying to be fancy or anything.
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah.
Be around people that don't care.
Yeah.
I've always said this in the past too. Italy used to try to put all these things into a dish and it never worked. And I was almost like, maybe you just need to simplify it. Well, they did. It didn't work. Mexico puts all these flavors in a dish. You're thinking there's no way it's going to work. There's too much going on and it works every time.
Thank God.
There's so much. Every bite is almost different.
They do really well with the food. They don't do good with the drinks.
They do not.
I don't understand.
Every margarita we've ever gotten there. Of course, we don't know how these past 2 years have gone as well. But
Tina
for
got
us personally,
one.
but Tina did get one. Are not good.
And she didn't like
Talk
it.
about the one she did get this year.
Which one was that one?
She got the strawberry pomegranate margarita,
which
That's
is
the new one
which
this
is shocking. It's new. It's agave blanco tequila, Mexicali pomegranate liquor, strawberry puree, and a spicy agave.
I don't understand how that
She
can be
didn't
bad.
like it at all. Now I will say, unfortunately, she didn't ask for no salt when she does drink her margaritas. Period. She does not get salt on them, so we thought it might be sugar. But it was not. It was salt, and she was grossed out. She did try it again after, and she just was like, "This is not
She
good."
said it tastes like straight tequila.
So
So
it's sad.
she did not enjoy it, and we've not really enjoyed any of the margarita. Remember when they did the s'mores margarita?
Yeah,
It
it was sad because it wasn't good, and we did not throw it away. Jeremy drank it, but anyways,
No, 2 years ago I did. I didn't drink this.
Well,
one.
yeah.
2
I
years
mean,
ago I drank. I would finish all the margaritas. They
Right.
were never good.
Even if they
But
were
I would
bad.
finish them. Yeah.
Right.
And it was fun because I looked at Tina and I said, "Man, 2 years ago I'd finish that thing. I don't care what it tastes like." But I did not, obviously.
We also did get the flan
de cajeta.
which is creamy Mexican custard with caramel sauce and toasted almond. It's supposedly new this year.
Their flans
I
always
don't
taste pretty
know.
close together.
Well, I just heard to say I don't know what's new. I don't know if it's new to this festival because again, I'm pretty sure we just had a festival.
While I look at it, I think the toasted almonds are technically new.
Okay.
On the dish, it's their traditional flan that they always have.
Right.
It's really good.
And it's fantastic.
I'm a flan fan.
I loved it. In fact, I think we ate that first because of it getting
we were concerned
hot
about
and,
the integrity of it.
It was even after eating some of the savory item and going back to the flan, it held up really well. And this is something I would totally get again.
Would you call flan if people haven't had it, would you consider it a little bit like a Mexican creme brulee?
Yes.
Just without
100%.
that crusty sugar top.
Yep.
But the consistency, the custard base, the flavor.
And that's what I almost expected when I got the creme brulee from.
Right, yeah. Yeah, they could have served
France.
the flan, and then we would have been like, this is delicious creme brulee. All right, let's move on to milled and mold. 2 new items this year. We got both of them. I'm going to let you take them over because I thought both were delicious, and I believe that my opinions are pretty much what yours were. So why don't you talk about these two?
Oh, I'm so excited. Because these are 2 items that, again, they were new and we were excited to get them, but also it was just a very warm day, and I am just so excited this is going to go on because I would like to get this again.
Imagine just like early November.
Oh, I can't wait.
Crisp air.
Yes.
We're wearing like, a Christmas spirit jersey and some Crocs and just
can't
eating
wait.
this right
Yep.
now. Oh, God, yes.
So they have a butternut squash and ginger bisque. This is with cinnamon cream, toasted pumpkin seeds, and pumpkin seed oil, and this is for $5.50. And I absolutely loved it. It reminded me of a little like butternut squash soup meets pumpkin spice, basically like boma. It's just it's just an elevated pumpkin spice boma soup.
Yeah,
it's so good.
I mean,
so good.
Everything at Boma is great, and everybody should try Boma sometimes. Understandable, it might not fit in your vacation, but if you want the best thing that's at Boma, which is their soup, you can get as close as you can get here for that $5.50.
And you can get their recipe, and we have made it here, and it's
good.
It is so good.
Nothing beats eating it at Boma, but making it at home in this get pretty dang close. So I would highly recommend it. And
absolutely.
Then, talk about the apple, cinnamon, and caramel mini churros sundae.
Yes. This is with a vanilla bean gelato. This is $5.25. And I mean, it's little tiny churros.
And good ones.
Which are just what you feel like you're getting when you go to Three Bridges, which we've told you to. And
it's cut up.
Oh, they're so good. There's some caramel on top with some vanilla bean gelato, and that gelato held up real well.
Really well. Now, we ate this earlier to the booth's opening on that Friday, so we probably ate it maybe 11:30 or so.
We did.
So it wasn't the dead of heat, but it was hot, and that gelato held up the entire time.
Yes,
it was
because
nice.
we again ate that almost first. I think I felt like we just ate it very quickly because we were very concerned, but then I was eating that butternut squash soup, and it was great. These are 2 items, like I said, they killed it. They nailed it.
Yeah,
and I look very much forward to getting this again.
100%. Yeah, and I'm looking now, $5.25.
Yeah,
that was a big dessert. That's a very shareable dessert, and we'll totally get it.
And the soup
and share it. Soup too. Yeah, soup's
nice, big, decent sized bowl.
It's a full bowl of soup for $5.50. That's great at something like this.
They have a carrot cake. It's not new. Do you remember?
I've had this in the past,
okay.
And I remember enjoying it, but nothing about it like stands out where I want to tell you. Like, if you want, man, I don't know how long it's lasting over there at Yak and Yeti. It might already be gone. That carrot cake we had over there, I thought was outstanding. I would get that instead if they still have it. All right, over at the Refreshment Outpost, we didn't get this. It's new this year. We're going to try it at some point. We just didn't make it around to it because you've heard we've ate a lot. It's the Berber Spice Beef Stew with sweet potato mealy pap and a kachumbari slaw. It's $6.75. We had something similar that was like a peanut mealy pap something in the past that it looked like vomit. And everything about it, nothing about it sounded appetizing, and we absolutely loved it. Remember?
No, I don't.
You don't remember that dish? It was so good. So we'll get this, and I'm very excited to try it because we were so pleasantly surprised by the Refreshment Outpost last time. Let's see. Over at Shimmering Sips, you can get a strawberry champagne trifle. This is plant-based and new. We did not get this, but once we complete the fromage montage and we go pick up our redemption prize, we will pick one of these up and we'll give it a shot. This is where you get your mimosas. You know, this is where you want to hit in the morning when the booth's open at 11. You can get a mimosa flight for $14.50. It will include a berry mimosa, a blood orange, and a tropical one that has a Minute Maid passion fruit, orange, guava. So you're looking at basically a Pog mimosa.
Oh yeah.
So that sounds great.
Yep.
All right. Spain. You can talk about Spain because I'm sad. I was really, really looking forward to Spain.
So Spain, they have 3 new items. They have a trio. I can't read it.
Pincho. Yeah, sorry, I'll read. It's a trio de pinchos. It's a jamon croqueta, pan con tomate, and a tortilla espanola for $7.25. They got a paella with rock shrimp, bay scallops, and smoked mussels for $8. And then they have this Basque cheesecake with orange sauce, part of Emil's fromage montage for $5.25.
Let's talk about the paella.
We'll start with the paella.
Remember when I talked about seafood in Florida and being nervous this time of year because it gets so hot, and I actually spit out
we had a fishy lobster roll that one year.
Yeah.
Like straight up fishy. Yeah.
This paella, when I put this in my mouth, I praise Jesus, I did swallow it and everything. But that's what that reminded me of. And I did not like it. I didn't even want to bite 2, which I usually do, and to try it again because I was like, I didn't even know if the rice was cooked correctly. But I believe John and Jeremy said, yes, it was. Yeah. It just, to me, was just fishy. And I was like, nope.
The only good thing about this dish was the presentation. Beautiful dish.
Yeah.
This tiny plastic paella dish. It's a pretty good portion for $8. The smoked mussels overtook every flavor in the entire dish.
Yes,
every flavor. And even if you like mussels, I don't know that you will like this.
Yeah, because I ate a shrimp.
It still tasted like mussels.
I didn't eat a scallop. I didn't eat a mussel. I took
good.
a little bite of a shrimp, and it was not good.
Yeah.
The trio, it was.
We don't know if this was heat related or what, but it was bad.
It just wasn't good. I wasn't loving it. The only thing I liked from this was the Basque cheesecake because it was a lighter cheesecake. It was
very
really
light,
cool.
Airy.
Yes. The orange sauce reminded me of. It kind of did remind me of orange marmalade a little bit.
Oh yeah, it did taste a lot like that. You're right.
Which my daddy doesn't like, and ever since my daddy likes anything, so when my daddy doesn't like something, then I'm like, well, I'm not gonna like it. This was a little better if on marmalade. I like side, like if it is that type, it tasted to me fine. I didn't try to eat a whole bunch of it with it, but I thought the cheesecake was very, very good, and this is the only thing. And then I'm not gonna lie to y'all. We walked past it on Sunday, and now, mind you, 3 of the people I was with, there's 4 of us total. When we walked by it Saturday, the 3 people all were like, "Ooh, that smells fishy."
Yeah, I know.
And they were like, "That's bad."
Yeah.
And when you hear 3 Marylanders say that smells fishy, I'm like, oh
No,
God. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus, that I was okay. And Jeremy and John was too, because they ate some more of it. John actually had a couple more bites.
But none of us liked it.
But no, but praise God, we were all fine and we didn't get sick.
There was no concern whatsoever in my brain at any moment.
It was mine.
Somebody was going to get sick off of this.
It was mine.
It just, the muscles overtook everything. So walk on past Spain if you would like. All right, Swirled Showcase. Take it, Rhonda.
Yay! So this is where they have the soft serve in a cone. You can get a vanilla, you can get an apple cinnamon and a salted caramel, and usually you can get the apple cinnamon salted caramel swirled together.
Delicious. Very good.
Very good.
I love their soft serve.
They have a new liquid nitrogen frozen pumpkin cheesecake mousse featuring Philadelphia cream cheese with candied pecans and maple caramel sauce for $5.50, and holy dadgum, this was so good. I cannot wait to get it this weekend because I will.
Had it twice.
And I already had it twice. Like, I went back to go get it. This was now I will say the very first one that I had, I think, well, let me say this sweet, amazing cast member that I on the second day bought, she did have a sign say earning her ears. But the first one, I do believe that this nice cast member was obviously working there longer, and she left it in the nitrogen longer. And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like perfect.
Yeah.
The second one, I don't think she left it in as long. but it's so good with all the components of the taste.
You know, I don't even know. It definitely
it's
makes
good,
it better, but you don't even have to put it in the nitrogen, technically.
I mean,
it definitely adds to the dish.
Yeah.
But it would be good without it.
Yes, but then you're just eating like a pumpkin pudding.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I mean, but God, man, the contrast.
It is so good.
The outside is so crispy from the nitrogen.
So
the inside is creamy. For a guy that doesn't really love candied pecans and stuff, these are so perfect with it to add another extra layer of crunch, almost like it's a crush. It is like elevated You know what? This is what, or pumpkin. This is going to sound so dumb, but this is where I think you go to a signature restaurant, and they're basically elevating pumpkin pie, and this is how they do it. You know what I mean? Like, if you were served this at any of Disney's signature restaurants, I don't think you would bat an eye.
So good.
It's an outstanding.
So good.
I love it, and we'll eat so many of these.
Yes, we will,
and possibly like the figment cone. The next time we're ordering one for each of us. You know,
absolutely,
because I could eat the whole dang thing.
Absolutely.
I know you certainly could.
Yeah.
Tangerine Cafe, flavor of Medina, right there in Morocco. We love the stone baked Moroccan bread with assorted dips every year. That's $5.25. They're literally baking the bread in a fire, a wood fired stove or oven right in front of you. New this year is a Moroccan wrap with tomato, cucumber relish, and garlic sauce served on a warm Moroccan flatbread. It's $6.25. Now you have your choice of filling, basically of tremola chicken, Moroccan spiced lamb, or a plant-based falafel.
And it does not change the price, which
it does
to
not.
Me is very shocking.
It is. And $6.25 for this sucker. We got the chicken.
No, we didn't.
We got the lamb. And probably because I wish we had gotten all three. I'll put this in my top 5 dishes easy. This is one of the best of the fest. It was huge.
Yes.
It was delicious. It was fresh.
It was
flavorful. Yep. Every single item combined perfectly. I loved everything about it.
We shared it, the three of us, and this was completely eaten.
Oh, yeah. And I think all three of us could have sat down and just eaten a whole one. I mean, it
was large.
Despite the fact that we had already eaten all this other food, I'm saying if we all three just sat down and hadn't been eaten all day, we could have each ordered one and finished it.
I would like to try the falafel, and then you could try the chicken.
Yeah. Oh, totally. I bet that chicken is good.
But the spice lamb, that's where Jeremy was talking about earlier, where it's almost like a little sausage roll. It's just fantastic. And in this combination with everything, it can be probably by itself a little dry because of the way it's done. But with the combination of everything, it worked really well, and it did good.
Yeah, if anything, almost a little side of tzatziki might be needed for some, but I don't know that it's completely necessary. So that covers all of our major global kitchens. So we'll talk about a few more things. We did not get a chance. I'm so sorry, Lucy. We did not get a chance to stop at the funnel cake and get the huckleberry funnel cake.
Lucy, I said
you said it multiple times, and we shut you down.
They shut me down every time.
There was never a good moment, I think, just to grab it. But let's talk real quick about, they always had these specialty Joffrey's drinks that each of the 4 locations located throughout. So you have the American Adventure, which has a butterscotch cookie cold brew. Sounds delicious. You got near Disney Traders, which has a fudge brownie cold brew. You got near Guardians of the Galaxy with the churro latte. And then finally, near Canada is what you got. And what is that?
A creme brulee cold brew. This is Joffrey's French roast cold brew and caramel syrup topped with whipped cream and caramel sauce. It is non-alcoholic and is new for $6.79. You can add a Bailey's or a vodka or whatever because this is the Joffrey's places where you can.
You can get double also, if you want.
Yes. You
see the guy get the double espresso when we were there?
Martini one?
Yeah, double espresso martini. I was like, you go, man. Good for you.
They also take pass holder at every one of these.
That's awesome.
Yes.
I think that's a little known fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved this. This was fantastic.
I'm so glad you loved it. Like, it's just one of those things, because you love creme brulee. The same
and
thing,
it was a good coffee.
When you get to try a creme brulee or a shrimp and grits and you love it, it makes me so happy for you.
Oh, good.
The same way, if I get to try something that's maybe crab related or whatever, it's nice when it really hits all the marks you wanted it to.
And it did.
Yeah, I'm glad.
I would like to try the churro latte.
That sounds good.
This next time because it is an espresso with your choice of milk, dulce de leche sauce, a cinnamon syrup topped with whipped cream and cinnamon, of course. non-alcoholic, and you can add whatever you want if you want, which I will not.
I'm guessing that's the only one. I wonder if they can make it decaf, because typically they don't have decaf espresso, and all the others are made. Well, that's not true. Some of the other ones are made with some cold brews. I'd be interested to see if any of these could be available.
I believe your churro latte could be decaf.
You think so, even with this espresso?
Yes.
Okay. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
We'll make sure we find
I think because they are using an espresso instead of a cold brew, where they
can't do cold brew decaf, but
correct.
They possibly can do espresso because they're brewing it fresh probably right there, as opposed to the cold brew, which obviously takes time. That
100%.
makes sense. One thing we did not get, because it is a meal over at Connections Eatery, but I want to get it if we can squeeze it in.
I do too.
Is a French onion burger.
Yeah, we just need to split it and get this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's got gourmet beef blend, caramelized onions, and Gruyere cheese on a toasted brioche bun for $14.49.
Yeah.
They also have a passion fruit cream slush that is new this year. That's passion fruit, evaporated milk, vanilla syrup, and coconut cream. You can get a non-alcoholic version, or you can get a spirited version with rum. Also at Regal Eagle, they have a new non-alcoholic beverage, which is a cherry lime slush. It is frozen Minute Maid cherry limeade with cherry syrup. I was going to get it, but John said some other folks had it and just didn't really love it. So I decided to save the couple bucks on that one.
Yeah.
And then I am going to apologize because there are two separate German onion cakes. So we were confused. So there is the one that's at the booth that we did not get. The one we got, which is very, very similar.
I just started to say.
It has bacon in it. Is the the Zwiebelkuchen. It is at Sommerfest. Like we were saying, that's where my confusion was, so I do apologize.
Yes.
It is a German onion cake with caramelized onions, bacon, herbs, and a savory custard for $9.79.
Quiche.
Pretty much, yeah, it's still quiche. None of our opinions changed from what we said before, except, it did kind of have bacon in it.
Yeah.
Which was more like a very, very tiny diced ham. It almost seemed like a Canadian bacon, honestly.
Yeah.
But again, it was good, just overly oniony. And the other one didn't say caramelized, and that's where I started talking about.
Yeah.
John was like, these aren't quite caramelized onions, so they still held some of that very oniony flavor. Mm-hmm. You don't get that deep richness when you get to a full caramelization, and I think it was missing that. But still, most of all other opinions stay pretty much the same. Let's give kind of a wrap up of your overall thoughts on this year's festival. How do you think it compares to some of the years past? Like, how did you feel kind of in the end?
Well, I'm happy because there's some things that I really enjoyed new.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's things that I want to eat again, which is very exciting. They brought back things that are usually always good. Mm-hmm. Overall, I would say I'm happy. I'm sad that, that nothing surprises us like Italy doesn't surprise us, except, we'd eat the one thing, Yeah. But overall, I mean, again, you have so many. I look forward to the ones that are going to open. That's exciting.
Very much so.
I feel like it's almost one of those things where they should open and then Italy and Spain should close.
I know, right? Just grade them out. Jeez.
Yeah. But it was good.
I think it's going to be a good year. It is. I love the merch. The Eat to the Beat concert series has a good lineup this year. You're right. There are several really good new items. And there's a couple items that missed the mark that I think still have a chance in a few weeks. Once the festival is settled in and the weather does cool down slightly, I think some of the items might be able to be a little bit better. So, we'll be back multiple times throughout the whole festival, and we'll be checking it out. And as we bring new updates, we'll make sure you get them.
Yep.
If you want all those updates, make sure you sign up for our email list at mainstmagic.com. Plus, you got to hit subscribe so you can get brand new episodes every Tuesday and Friday. And you know what? Let's keep going. As long as you're out there, will you please leave us a rating and review?
Because it helps our show grow.
That's all we've got, and we'll see you real soon.
Jeremy and Rhonda are more than a little fond of Disney World, so they made this podcast to share it all with you. Reports and resorts, top 10 lists of all sorts, Main Street Magic's bringing it home for you.